Thomas Jefferson is often celebrated as one of the founding fathers of the United States, the primary author of the Declaration of Independence and a champion of liberty. However, beneath his legacy of democracy and enlightenment, ideals lies a more troubling reality, one marked by contradictions, exploitation, and moral failings. Jefferson famously wrote that all men are created equal, yet he owned more than 600 enslaved people throughout his lifetime. While he publicly expressed opposition to slavery, calling it a moral depravity and a hideous blot, he personally benefited from the institution. His grand estate, Monticello, functioned through the forced labor of enslaved black men, women, and children who worked his fields, built his home, and provided for his wealth. Unlike George Washington, who freed his enslaved people upon his death, Jefferson did not. In fact, he only freed a handful, mostly those from the Hemings family, who were likely his own children. One of the most damning aspects of Jefferson's legacy is his relationship with Sally Hemings, an enslaved woman at Monticello. Hemings was at least 30 years younger than Jefferson and was believed to be his deceased wife's half-sister. According to DNA evidence and historical accounts, Jefferson fathered at least 6 of her children. Since Hemings was legally enslaved, she had no ability to consent, making the nature of their relationship deeply exploitative. Her children were eventually freed, but Jefferson never publicly acknowledged them, nor did he take steps to abolish the system that kept her and so many others in bondage. Jefferson's writings suggest that he saw black people as intellectually inferior and justified slavery through racist pseudo-science. He described enslaved people as childlike and incapable of self-governance, even as they toiled under his command. Despite his carefully curated image as a benevolent master, Jefferson enforced harsh punishments. Enslaved people who attempted to escape were often subjected to brutal discipline, and he personally approved severe beatings for disobedience. He even used a silent auction system to sell enslaved people, ensuring that families would not make emotional appeals to stay together. Jefferson's vision of an empire of liberty came at the expense of indigenous people. As president, he aggressively pursued policies that led to Native American displacement. The Louisiana Purchase of 1803 doubled the size of the U.S., but it also paved the way for further westward expansion, which led to the forced removal of indigenous nations from their lands. Jefferson advocated for a policy of assimilation, which, in reality, meant the erasure of native cultures. When tribes resisted, he supported their removal by military force, laying the groundwork for future policies like Andrew Jackson's Indian Removal Act. Thomas Jefferson was a man of deep contradictions. He spoke of freedom, but upheld slavery. He championed democracy, but denied basic rights to entire populations. While his contributions to the founding of the United States are undeniable, so too are the injustices he perpetuated. To understand history fully, it is essential to recognize both the achievements and the moral failings of those who shaped it. Tell us how you feel in the comments.